Welcome back. Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I am your host, Producer Jay, along with my other two co-hosts, Brother Tay.
Yo, you heard that? Those are my fingers cracked.
I deny you that.
I
Also here, Brother Zay.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, guys? Before we get started, just want to remind you to like and subscribe and to please engage with us in the comments because we do enjoy hearing feedback. And if you're listening onto the podcast version, rate us because that would help us out a lot too. And what you can do also, if you really want to support us, you can by doing that, or to do that, you can support our sponsors, which is Dubby Energy, NordVPN, and was it Starforge?
Starforge PCs?
Yeah, I wanted to get it right. Starforge PCs, which is our newest.
I was like, I know we got a third one now. That's a new one.
Yeah, we got a third one.
Yep,
That's our newest sponsor. You can check the links in our description, and you'll find all the information to save some money on their products. So please do that. We would be very grateful for that.
Send the codes, baby.
How you guys been?
Pretty good, like always. You know me, staying in trouble.
I'm trying to stay out of trouble.
I was gonna say. What games you guys been playing?
Go ahead, Tay.
What have I been playing? That's a very good question. What have I been playing? Come back to me. I forgot.
All right, Zay.
I've been like everybody else in the Fallout fever. So I've been I revisited some of the older Fallouts as well as getting into Fallout 76, which I'm really digging. I never gave it a really good chance, like when it was launched. So me and Brother Matt have been playing, and I'm really enjoying. I'm already like level 15. I just started the other day, and level 15, and just enjoying the Appalachian Mountains out in West Virginia. It's an awesome game. So that's what I've been playing, along with Call of Duty here and there with the fellas, and also been getting back into Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, you're still chugging along with that one?
Oh yeah, it's a good game. I like it.
Yeah. I've been playing the usual. I've been doing my WWE. I've been trying to finish that because I was pissed because I encountered a glitch. And apparently, if while you're loading the game, or specifically the story mode or what is it called, the
career mode?
Yeah, the career mode. They have like two of them. If you're loading the game and you quit the app or the game for whatever reason,
it deletes everything?
It doesn't delete everything. The next time you try to load it up, it just doesn't load.
Oh,
it just stays in. And apparently it's a thing. Like they have it on like the 2K forums, and they'll say, yeah, it's a thing. You got to restart. Like there's no fix.
So, oh no!
I was a good ways through before I had to restart. So I was highly upset. I wanted to stop, but hey, I just restarted. I was like, whatever. Skip all the scenes or whatever.
I would have definitely been pissed and just not played it for a while.
I didn't want to. I wanted to move on because I do want to go back to finishing the Metal Gear Solid to get all the achievements, but I got to finish this first at least.
I mean, you don't got to.
I got to.
Never have to do anything. What?
But what I have been actually playing also is I started Unpacking. The game Unpacking.
Yeah, Unpacking. Yeah, I like that game.
It's a very like chill game. I've been playing that at work on my ROG Ally, and it's I can just put music on and just unpack, and it's a little frustrating too because there's like certain items so like it'll let you put all the items that you unpack anywhere in like all the rooms or whatever, but then like when you're done, it'll basically tell you this doesn't belong here. So I'm just like, why not? I want to put it there. Let me put it there. It's like Apparently, you can't. So
I think for achievement wise, you have to put things where
Like-
they were supposed to go correctly.
I guess, yeah.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, technically it'll let me like leave it, but then it's just like a glowing red thing that
Oh,
says
yeah.
it's wrong, and I'm just like, no, it's not wrong. You're wrong.
This fits my aesthetic. Stop hating.
If I
I
want to
get
put the
it.
chicken stuffed animal on my bed, let me
I'ma
do
put
it.
it there.
No, it doesn't belong in the bed, okay? It belongs on the dresser.
No,
Put it
no,
on
no,
the
no,
dresser.
Belongs where I put it.
Exactly. It's my thing. Let me do it.
It is not your game.
This has been PlayStation. Don't insult me.
Well, oh man.
All right, I got you now. I do remember what I was playing. Sorry, my brain just freezes multiple times.
It's all good.
I've been playing, as Brother Tay knows. I've been getting on the. I've been playing Super Market Simulator.
Yeah.
Of course,
We got him, folks. We got him.
Of course, I don't know why you acting surprised over there. It was gonna happen. It needed to happen. And then I've
what
also.
are your thoughts?
Oh, look! I already knew it was gonna be a mindless game. I got to expand. I expanded my shop for the first 2 times. I yelled at customers because they were like, "This is too expensive." I was like, "Go shop at Walmart then." Oh wait, you can't. I'm the only
It
one
doesn't
here.
exist.
Shut up and buy my pasta. You know what you came for. Stop hating. It's greatness. Am I a problem manager? Absolutely.
Hey, if you give him no choice, then what are you gonna do?
And then I've also, because of the Twitch streams, we've been playing Dead by Daylight. I got to face the new killer, the unknown. Oh,
They have a new killer.
Yeah, it made my knee hurt.
Your knee.
So it's pretty much like the character name is unknown. The killer is called the Unknown, but like every time he moves, his bones crunch. Because he has a skeleton, but I guess he doesn't have anything. So he can move in every direction in any way he wants to. Like his face is turned around, you can see his spine going through his. I'm like, oh. Yeah, it's a lot. It's
Sounds crazy, but fun.
Well, it's great. I mean, facing the character is fun. You know, once you get to beat him, like it's fun times. But like when you hear him behind you and you hear. And you're like, oh, please, God, not like this. I'll do anything just not to die like this.
You know, speaking of live streaming, I do plan. I'm gonna say plan
Oh no.
on live streaming this weekend.
Oh.
On Saturday in particular.
Hold until it.
Oh, when the podcast comes out.
Yeah, by the time you guys are listening to this, you already know if I'm gonna live stream or not. But there's a strong possibility because I'm gonna be alone, be home alone. So there should be no reason why I can't unless I fall asleep, which I doubt. But I'm
I doubt
actually
you won't fall asleep.
I
right.
was like,
Well, I do plan because it was funny you were bringing up Fallout 76. I want to play Fallout 76 because I never gave it a shot. I never even because I mean when it launched in a rough state, but since then it's got a bunch of updates, so I want to give it a proper shot, especially now with the Fallout TV show, which I haven't seen yet. I want to see it. Unfortunately, I'm currently watching something else. But as soon as I'm done with that, then I will want to Fallout.
you heard that slip? He's watching somebody else.
I'm watching someone else. I mean, technically, yes, there is another person on the show.
You hear the disrespect he gives us? Like we don't stream. He don't watch us. Like
Well, first of all, I don't even know when you stream. You just do it. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just whenever. At least I'm announcing when I'm streaming.
You're gonna stream on PCs Fallout 76.
Technically, there is a schedule. I just don't know it most of the time.
Wow. Wild Tay. You're streaming, we don't know the schedule.
Absolutely. I know. It was Monday. We streamed yesterday on Wednesday. Well, he streamed. I didn't stream. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
He's going to stream Friday at like 3 p.m. tomorrow. He's gonna play Uno. I will not be there because I work, and
Mm.
he knows this. He's just
So
a
it's
bitch.
basically whenever you show up.
I mean, yeah. It's a
Like, y'all
team.
streaming today? All right, I'm in.
No, he sends me the schedule. I'm like, all right, I can make this day and this day. Like I try
Okay.
to make it as much as I can. Look, I do a great job scheduling, balancing everything.
You must have, because you do a lot.
He does a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Our two podcasters, this
Yeah.
stuff. I'm also in training to be a voice actor. Yeah, I don't stop.
Yeah.
Sleep is for the weak.
You'll sleep when you're dead.
I said that, and then everyone's like, "No, that's not good." I don't give,
But it's true.
give a fuck.
All right. We'll
yeah,
jump into it because
yeah, let's jump into it. Oh, so yeah, just be on the lookout for the live stream. I'm gonna do it on YouTube, so you'll see the notification before I do it. So
I'm
Nice.
positive. I think he's gonna stream. I'm positive.
nice.
Just like give him a hard time about it. Cause
And you said you're gonna stream Fallout 76.
yeah, Fallout 76.
That's perfect because we're gonna be talking about Fallout. So
Yeah.
the show, like you said, you mentioned earlier, the show came out, and it's been mostly a big hit. Not just with gaming fans, just new people in general. Everybody in general is loving the Fallout show, and it's translating into Fallout sales. Fallout 4 is topping the charts in the UK, and Fallout 76 has the most players it's ever had on Steam. So it's really doing a wonder for the games. The games are selling out. Of course, all the games are on Game Pass, including 3, New Vegas, 4, 76. So if you have Game Pass, you're able to play all the Fallout games. And the show, although I haven't finished the show, and I'm like partway through it. I'm on episode 6. It is really good. And it's not just like an adaptation. It's they're not adapting the games to be a show. This is in addition to the games. So the Fallout TV show is canon alongside the video games. It takes place after all the video games in the timeline wise, and it is canon. Executive producer from Bethesda, Todd Howard, he's even been working closely with the showrunners so that way, he can point them in the right direction of what to do and what not to do, because as we know, Fallout 5 is going to be coming out, and they're like, hey, we're going to do this in Fallout 5, so don't do that. Do something else. So they're sort of guiding each other along, and since it's been a interesting integration when you have the people who created the games working alongside the showrunners to create such a lore accurate TV show. It's a book that Halo needs to continue to look at, because the Halo show has been iffy. The first was like, the second season I heard has been amazing. It's been really good. So I hope they learn from this and all these shows that are planning to come out stick true to the lore and or be just as good as this TV show, because just the first 5 episodes that I've seen of Fallout have been really, really good.
I was gonna say, like, it's not that hard. It doesn't have a hard thing to follow, but kind of does. Because like
Fallout?
No, like the other video game TV show. Because like remember, Fallout's a good show. Everyone loved The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Like even The Witcher was a great TV show as well.
Yes.
A lot of people forget that was a game sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you had, like, 10 years ago, if you would say, like, we would just have an influx of video game TV shows in particular that were going to be super popular and actually really good in their own right, and not just like, oh, it's for the gamers, like they tend to do for the movies.
Yeah.
It would have been crazy, and people would have been like shunning that idea. Like I remember when Microsoft when they announced the Xbox One, they also announced the Xbox Studios like for their like film studios or something like that, where where the Halo movie got announced, eventually turned into a show. But that's when it first got announced, and people were just like, "Oh, why are they doing that?" It's like, why are they venturing out to TV shows and stuff like that? And here we are, 10 years later, where all the popular games are getting TV shows. They get, like you said, Last of Us, The Witcher. I know they're talking about a God of War TV show.
They even mentioned Gears of War, potential Gears of War TV show.
No, they
That's an
announced
HBO show.
Yeah.
No, it's actually Netflix.
I know. Is it? Oh God, that should.
Yeah, it's Netflix. So
wait, which one? God of War or?
Well, God of War is a TV show. I don't know where it's gonna be, but they announced that they're in the process of making it. It's in production, rather.
That most likely is gonna.
I don't know who's gonna play Kratos. That's gonna be a hot button issue. Honestly, they should just have the guy play it, Christopher Judge. He looks like him. Like, you just gotta grow a beard. He has the voice already. So
not wrong.
Anyway, the Gears of War one is on Netflix. It's gonna be the show is actually gonna be an anime, and then there's a movie that's gonna be live action.
Yeah.
But we also had Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and that was very popular too. So it's like, I feel like now these studios are starting to realize, if you can make a popular show that is both faithful to the source material while also being like open to newcomers, because I think that's why, like, it's like, especially Fallout and it also, Fallout actually differs from a lot of other shows, because like it like you said, it takes place in the universe. It's not trying to adapt it. It's not trying to change anything. It's not a retelling like Last of Us. It's its own thing, but it also fits into the lore. I feel like a lot of studios struggle with that, because like we saw with Halo, they try to take their own spin on things, and they want to change things up, and they want to do it their own way. Yeah. And it's like, I know like directors and showrunners tend to want to like put their stamp on things. Like, I made this because I did this. I don't want to just make anything else. And that's mostly a problem where like they're not fans of the original. Although in Halo's case, it was that I don't know if it was Microsoft or the production company. They refused, or they banned people from watching the source material.
I think it was like the executive producers and the producers. They didn't want them to like be,
a copy of what.
Yeah, they wanted them to do their own thing, and they didn't want to look at the source material and say, "Hey, we should do it this way."
See, and that's the problem. It is so dumb. Like, why would you not want to be like as close to what you're adapting? Like, that makes no sense. Like, you want the fans first to come and watch your thing. But then
pretty much like,
then you can't change it, or not change it, but like make it present it in a way where newcomers can be like, oh, this is what the game is about. Maybe I want to try the game. And that's exactly what's happening with Fallout. It happened with The Last of Us too. Like, it happened with Cyberpunk. If you make a good show, people are going to want to jump into whatever the source material is to get to know it better.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing. So I think, hopefully, this is a sign for like future projects that you want it to be as faithful to the source material as possible. And obviously there you can take creative liberties in terms of the story, but you want it to be like faithful, like as I said.
Well, just to reiterate, we're talking about season 1 of Halo being kind of like different, whereas
it's different. It has nothing to do with the games.
No, it doesn't really have anything to do with the game for season 1. Whereas season 2 is more about it. It's retelling of Halo Reach, and season 2 has been getting a lot of praise for being closer adaptation to the games than season 1. So I've seen season 1. I haven't seen season 2 yet because I'm watching so many things. But season 2 has been getting really good praise. It has been getting good praise, and I'm looking forward to watching season 2. Whereas I didn't really care about season 1 because of the major changes that they did do. So I still would like people to go and watch season 2 and give it a chance, because I hear season 2 is all about Halo Reach, and the Reach story is absolutely amazing. If you've played the games, you know what we're talking about. And if you haven't, you're in for a really good treat because Reach is probably one of the best Halo games that they created.
Yeah. I just hope that it ends. I mean, I haven't watched the Halo. So I literally watched the first episode of the first season, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't do
The whole
this.
first season.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just goes straight to season 2.
Yeah, no, I heard also that season 2 is better, but I don't know.
Don't be like that. All right.
Come
So
on, man, don't do this. Come on.
Hey, Fallout Fever is out and about with the TV show. You can watch it on Prime.
One thing I do want to mention.
Wiz?
So there's been a lot of talk. I mean, this is like a kind of like a side note.
Okay.
Regarding like the format, they released all the episodes at once.
Oh yeah,
and there's always been like the back and forth between like, oh, is it like better to binge or should you release it weekly? And I think in this particular case, like I'm either or. Like do what you want. If you like binging, binge. I'm not gonna like criticize you either way. But in this case for Fallout, I feel like it would have been so perfect if they did it a weekly release, because there's 8 episodes, and if from release when it came out like last week, right? So if you would have done 8 weeks of episodes, it would have tied in perfectly with the Xbox Summer Showcase, which is happening in June, early June, and literally you can tie in the finale of Fallout with a potential announcement of Fallout Remastered, Fallout 3 Remastered, or potentially Fallout 5. I know it's early, but they did it with Elder Scrolls. They did it with Starfield. They don't care if they announce their big game early. They want to get the hype up. So,
Sure.
Yeah. So I feel like it would have been so perfect if they did it that way, but they didn't. So
No, hold up. I am against that. All right.
No, why?
This is not the year 2000. This is not 1993. I don't want week-to-week episodes. I want to see everything right now.
No.
Okay. All right. I don't care if it lines up with a showcase. The hype is still real. It's a Bethesda game. It's Fallout. It's still gonna get the hype.
It's getting the hype now.
And you don't even know. First of all, you don't even know if we're gonna see any potential remaster, remake, or anything. You're speculating because it's a good show and people were talking about it. You're speculating that if it would have been weekly, they could have did this. It shoulda, coulda, woulda. We don't know what's gonna happen. Just let it be. Let people enjoy the show.
No. Weekly is better because, first of all, if you just dump all the shows and you binge it, that's fine. It's going to be hype for this week, next week, maybe the week after. But then after that, everybody's going to move on to the next thing. And that's the thing. Like you, if these companies want you to keep subscribing and keep watching, then you got to release weekly. Like look at friggin' X-Men 97. People are still talking about this because it's releasing weekly, and it's getting the hype. They could have released it all at once.
Listen here, you damn capitalists. All right, I don't care. I want all of it.
No.
All right, screw the companies and their.
I want to be excited for each episode, and I mean you can still be excited, but
exactly.
Yeah.
You can do like me. I haven't even finished Fallout. I've been watching like an episode or two a night. You don't have to binge it. Watch it weekly.
My main issue with the binging culture is that it's so easily you're much more susceptible to spoilers than you would be if it was a weekly show.
That sounds like a you problem. All right, let's binge it. Let's go.
I was like, technically, you'd be acceptable to spoilers no matter when you watched it.
Yeah, but it would be per episode instead of the whole friggin' season. Like, literally, that's what happened with Stranger Things. Thankfully, like, I waited long enough that I forgot all the spoilers to watch it. Literally, like, without fail, every season, it will be spoiled within a weekend. And I was just like, yo, okay, I guess this guy died and whatever. I'm not gonna spoil it for people. But yeah, it was just like
it's too late. You already spoiled it. Somebody died.
Oh,
Damn
big
it.
shock! Someone dies in Stranger Things.
God damn it!
What's wrong with you? Hey.
But it also creates a better like conversation because like if you're talking about a whole season of a show, you're gonna be like, oh, did you watch Fallout? And oh, did you see in episode 2 when they did it? And then episode 5 when they did that? Like it's like no, like I'm then it becomes a race. Like oh, I'm on episode 2, but they're talking about episode 5, so I gotta hurry up. It's like no, I don't like that.
Get him out of here. Tay, get him out of here.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. He follows too many people that like spoil news. That's his fault.
That is
Yeah.
also true.
Yeah, it's a fact. Because
like,
I mute everybody and everything. You hint about a spoiler, you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm
try.
watching something and someone's like, "Oh, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe they did this." I'm like, "Oh, nope, not doing this."
Yep.
Anyway,
So as I see
we went on a
hashtag
huge
something,
tangent.
We did a Fallout tangent. All right, let's we're gonna move on to some Star Wars Outlaw news because people are pissed after they announced the release date of Star Wars Outlaws. Ubisoft announced the pricing for the game, and not only that, but they announced that a mission, an exclusive Jabba the Hutt Gambit mission, is locked behind a season pass and or like an ultimate edition of the game, which is like $130, which is absolutely ridiculous. So the base game is $70. All you get is just the game. Then there's $110 gold edition, which it comes with the season pass, and $129 edition, which comes with the season pass and a couple other skins and stuff for the characters. And then they go, oh, but you can just play it all, and Ubisoft Plus, it's $19 a month, and it's like it's so egregious, it's absolutely insane. But people are really upset because they're locking a mission behind a paywall, and they have responded. Ubisoft has said that the Jabba Hutt is one of the main or sort of like villains or characters in the video game, and you will still get to do missions with Jabba the Hutt. It's just this one particular mission is locked behind the season pass. It doesn't make it better. It just
But
it's
look,
just
we
still
didn't look. We didn't freeze out the whole game. Just this part of the game that you really want to play.
yeah. I mean, to lock it behind a season pass, I think is really scummy. And I know you said, Producer Jay, that you're gonna wait for a deep discount, and I may be with you on that because I'm locking behind a season pass, a whole mission. It's absolutely terrible.
I knew this was gonna happen, and I feel like when we spoke about this, I think when we did our tier list for the upcoming games, and you, Brother Matt, and I think Brother Jay said too that you guys are looking forward to it. And I just knew in the back of my head, this is Ubisoft we're talking about. I love Star Wars. I love like Star Wars games. Obviously, Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order are my favorite Star Wars games. But I just knew Ubisoft was gonna do something shitty, and I was just waiting for them to announce it, and here we are. So I stick to my word what I said in the chat. Like I'm waiting for a deep discount on this game because I am not paying $160 something to get everything.
It's $129 for the ultimate edition.
$129. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either. I'm not even gonna pay $70 for it. I'm gonna wait for a discount. I really was thinking about just getting the Ubisoft Plus, play it in like one weekend, like just binge it the whole thing and then cancel it. So technically, I would only pay $19 to play it.
That's the shitty part about it because people were saying
about this.
the people. What happened?
No, I was like, you understand like how bad this is that now gamers literally have to be like, okay, if I do this, I have to play through the whole thing, and then I'll be like, yeah,
Or try to get the most bang for their buck.
Yeah, and like instead of paying the whole thing, it's like I only paid $19. I'm good. Like it's all this other things. Like you see how like ridiculous that is.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it is. I agree with you. It's absolutely ridiculous. But if I can only pay $20 and beat the game within 1 month, and then just cancel that subscription,
See,
I may do that.
that's what people like talk about like Game Pass for. Like they'll say like that's what Game Pass does and stuff like that. The only difference is, at least with Xbox, with their first party titles, they're offering different price. Like Hellblade is gonna be $50.
Yeah, for
Um,
99.
yeah, and there's some games that are gonna be $70. There's some games that are $40 or yeah, I think Hi-Fi Rush was $40, right? Or maybe it
Yep.
was 30. But anyway, they offer varying price points to match what you're getting. And I feel like, especially with Ubisoft games, they're so full of bloat and just busy work, essentially. And I can't be excited for that. I mean, as much as I like Star Wars, I can't be excited for this. And this has nothing to do with like the whole locking the stuff behind the paywall. That's egregious in its own right. I mean, granted, other studios have done that before. That's not really a new thing.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they're charging so much because you can only get it with the season pass. You can't just buy the individual like thing by itself. You have to get the season pass. That's the crazy part. So yeah, I just knew Ubisoft was gonna do something shitty, and I hope the game itself is not bad because I do want to play it eventually. I'm just not gonna play it at launch.
Yeah, definitely not.
Why
Definitely
would you?
not. I
you?
like generally I like Ubisoft games. You know, I have almost all of them. You know, I played all of them, and a Star Wars Ubisoft game, I was like, oh man, this could be good. And then they come out with this, and I'm just like, I'll wait, because normally I do get games on launch. You know, like I'm the FOMO guy. I'm gonna get the new game. I'm gonna play it. But this one is just like it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm just like, nah. I'm gonna wait, because what if it is bad? You know, and then I bought a game and it's bad. I can't return it because all digital. You know, so it's, you know what? I'll wait. I'll wait for the reviews. I'll wait for a price to go down. Shoot, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see for this game.
Yeah, this is a shame because I was actually kind of looking forward to this.
Yep, I agree. Shame. And speaking of shame,
Someone say
Take
my
Two.
middle name.
Wow. Take-Two announces layoffs and they're canceling multiple in development projects. And this is I think they said this 5% of their workforce, which is like about 600 people are being laid off at Take-Two
Jesus.
Interactives. And that's absolutely insane. So I think it was like last year, the ending of last year, the CEO of Take-Two said that they have no plans for layoffs amid, you know, cost reduction programs and trying to reconstruct, you know, their business to be profitable, whatever. He basically lied, because now we're seeing 600 people losing their jobs, and of course their stock is going way down now. 600 people losing their jobs is just a part of it, because they canceled so many games. I think it was like 4 or 5 games that they ended up canceling. And just, I guess they're just full steam ahead on GTA 6. That they canceled a lot of other projects and fired 600 people so that they can stay, you know, profitable for the year, which is absolutely a shame. It's really is. The gaming industry has been hit so hard. Last year they were hit hard. This year they're being hit even harder with layoffs. It's absolute shame, and I really wish they would unionize. Yeah, I really wish they would, you know, get together and say fuck you to these big companies and just be like, we're not going to stand for just making you billions while we get pennies
nothing
and get nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know it's funny because, I mean, it's not funny, like haha funny, but it's like for years we saw people saying like, oh, there's going to be another video game crash. Like there's going to be another, like the one we had, what was it, like in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the crash that everybody's been wanting. Like mass layoffs and cancellation of projects and increasing prices on like the Ubisoft situation, increasing prices of games. So it's like we're in it now. This is the byproduct of what the industry has been building up to. Granted, I feel like the pandemic kind of accelerated that because
absolutely.
everybody was at home and they were playing games, and these companies started staffing up like it was they were handing out jobs like it was candy because they needed to meet demand because everybody was at home and they had free time now.
Yep. And it was like working from home. Yeah, it was a lot going on.
Yeah, working from home, everybody had all the free time to play these games. But then when everybody went back to work, they started realizing, okay, now people are not buying these games no more like they used to. Now we got to fire people. So it's just like you said, it's sad, it's shameful. I really wish we weren't going through this, but it's like we said countless times before, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep happening into the rest of the year, potentially next year. Like that's just the world we live in now until hopefully we reach this equilibrium where there'll still be layoffs. Obviously there's always going to be layoffs in the gaming industry, but it won't be to this level. And I wanted to end already because I'm tired of talking about this. It's so frustrating.
That's the thing. I don't know if we will ever stop talking about layoffs.
No,
with just not just this industry, not the gaming industry, just the tech industry itself.
Tech industry, yeah.
You know, especially with the rise of AI and all the tools that are coming out with it. You know, it's gonna be a hard road ahead. That's why we need these developers to band together. We need them to unionize. We need them to say, listen, we're not gonna take that shit. We're making you billions. Because Take-Two Interactive, they've made billions of dollars off of just GTA, and yet they need to restructure so they could be more profitable. It's greed. Corporate greed is killing America, not just the video game industry. Corporate greed is killing America. We need to put a fucking stop to it.
I don't even know how we go about that.
The French did it best with guillotines.
I don't have the answers, Sway.
I'm just saying.
The guillotines.
Yes, they do it the best.
Look, sometimes you gotta put someone's head through or something. I don't know.
Definitely.
I've been watching some anime lately. I got a sword.
For the record, we don't condone violence. Just saying.
No. We don't condone violence, you know. But
they don't condone violence.
But there's no but. We just don't condone it.
My statement stands. They don't condone violence. The show doesn't condone violence. Personally,
speaking of violence, the Sony fanboys are putting their own heads to a wall after Sony announces a PC overlay and shared trophies, starting with Ghost of Tsushima. So Sony has announced that they're going to do a PC overlay for their PC games that they're putting out closer to day and date now. I believe more than ever. What was it? Helldivers 2 was like the first one that's day and date, and it was an absolute massive success. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is now on PC. It's going to have trophy support with the new overlay. So we're going to have trophies on PC. Obviously, PC is the way to go if you want to make money in the market, and Sony is seeing that, and they're like, we need to catch up to Xbox and to Steam. We need to do something fast. And I'm happy for this. This is a great thing. This is awesome. I mean, I could get trophies I can buy Ghost of Tsushima on Steam and get trophies. That's amazing. That's awesome. I don't understand why people are upset. Because people are upset.
Overall, this is a good thing. I don't see this as a bad thing. Honestly, I wish Xbox would do something similar because it would make it more enticing for people to buy. I mean, granted, people are always going to buy the game on Steam. So, at least giving them the option to be like, hey, if you want to buy it on Steam, that's fine, and you can still get your achievements and you can see your friends and all of that. Like, it's basically like what this is. It's an overlay, and it's also optional too. You don't have to use this. But yeah, this basically kind of pushes the narrative that Sony is looking to expand to PC in a more aggressive way, and
Good.
we're probably not going to like before they were doing the staggered release. Like they would release a game and then maybe like 2 or 3 years later it will come to PC. Now that window is starting to shrink, and it's eventually going to shrink to the point where it's going to be day and date. They already did it with Helldivers. That was more of an experiment. That was a great success.
Massive success.
Massive success.
It's
so
still
that
300,000 players on Steam every night.
yeah, and honestly, it's technically being carried by Steam players too. I don't think
Oh,
many
absolutely.
PlayStation players are still playing the game.
I think in total, there's probably like 100
Wow.
to 150,000 PlayStation players. And then the rest are on Steam, because they did say that at peak there was almost 500,000. So if you think about the 400,000
We
on
did the
Steam,
breakdown, yeah.
and then the rest will be on PlayStation. So there's a good chunk on PlayStation, but it is being carried, like you said, on Steam.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna take this and they're going to basically just run with it. Essentially, they're gonna go full force into PC. I think they'll still do the staggered release, but again, like I said, they're gonna do it slowly. The window of release is gonna shrink, because you gotta also think that the games, they don't have a long, like, I don't want to say, I guess, shelf life. Like, people aren't really buying exclusive PS5 games a year after, like maybe in a sale or something like that. But
Yeah,
the bulk of the sales are within like 3 months. So after that window, or like maybe like 3 to 6 months after that window, there's really no reason to not release it elsewhere, to capitalize on that hype, because people want to play it. The problem is now they're gonna face, and this is what Xbox has been facing for years, is that once you open that Pandora's box, people are gonna know, and this is, you could potentially make an argument this happened for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now that people know that the games are eventually gonna come to PC, even if it's like 3-6 months,
Oh, they're
they're
gonna
gonna wait. Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're gonna wait. Why would you get a PS5 or PS5 Pro whenever that comes out if it's just gonna come to PC and it's gonna be the best version anyway? So
just a completed version.
and yeah, exactly.
I'm not paying for I'm not doing DLC downloads. Yep.
Yeah. So people are gonna wait, and Sony's gonna have to basically make up for that, and that's inevitably gonna lead them to releasing day and date, because they're gonna want to capitalize and get the most revenue from console players and PC players, and they're just gonna be in the same boat that Xbox is in right now, except they're gonna be way late on that boat. So, overall, like we said, this is a good thing. I'm glad that they're making this move, and it just shows that they are serious about PC. And we'll see what the next game is, because I mean, it's not gonna be this year.
well, I'm glad it's Ghost of Tsushima, because I don't know if you guys know, but Ghost of Tsushima was my 2020 game of the year. Absolutely love that game. That shit made me cry twice. Okay, I love that game. And I'm glad that the PC players are now able to play it in full with everything, director's cut. They can, just enjoy it. It's gonna be amazing. And if you have a PlayStation, you can just use the overlay, get your trophies. It'll be awesome. Either way, you're gonna experience a game, because this game really is an experience.
Yeah.
Come with me.
All right, let's we're gonna jump into some good news out of Blizzard and NetEase. So it was a year and a half ago, Blizzard and NetEase is a Chinese gaming company, gaming publisher. Blizzard and NetEase sort of had like a breakdown a year and a half ago, where they completely cut off Blizzard and just absolutely turned off all their servers. They didn't want any Blizzard games in China, and Blizzard had no say. They were just, okay, we're out of China. Well, the good news is that we're back in business. Blizzard and NetEase are teaming up again, and they're going to be releasing their games back in China, and overall they're going to have a partnership with Microsoft to release NetEase games on Microsoft in the future. So I don't know what the breakdown was for. I don't know why they
There's speculation.
yeah,
It was
there's speculation.
due to Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, speculation is because of one person. They had bad business deals, and you know that it's unfortunate, but it happens when you have two different cultural type of people, two different types of people who come together to do business, and they do business fundamentally very different. As we all know, Bobby Kotick was a fucking asshole, and that is why he's gone now. And he doesn't have a job anymore in the gaming industry. That's probably why NetEase is like, hey, we'll work with you again. And Microsoft is obviously gonna be like, yes, let's do it. You know, we'll give you Blizzard games, you give us NetEase games, and we'll have this partnership. So going forward, now that the asshole is gone, we're gonna, be straightforward with, working together and getting games to people, because in particular, Overwatch and World of Warcraft had massive followings in China. China is huge. The gaming market in China is absolutely crazy. And to just pull it all out, people had lives in World of Warcraft that they lost because of this. So it coming back is really, for the gamers in particular, is a triumph to be said.
Yeah, now this is a good move. Because obviously the Chinese market has always been kind of untapped, especially for consoles. Yep. Like they always have to have there's always very tough restrictions when it comes to consoles over there. Like obviously they're manufactured there, but they can't be played over there. So having Blizzard basically release all their games, and I'm assuming this is also for Activision games too, because I believe the Call of Duty license in China was through NetEase as well.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that also means, because why would they do business with Blizzard and not Activision? Makes little sense. But hopefully this partnership expands to more studios under the Microsoft umbrella. And maybe we can get more games over there, because the more people that can play these games, the better. And obviously, the extra revenue helps as well.
For a game, for the developers. Whoa.
Yeah, for the developers, and for the games themselves, because if they find new audiences, then that's even better.
Yeah. Not just new audiences, returning audiences.
Returning audiences, because and it's crazy how it just, like you said, they just turned it off. All of it was gone. And I remember there was protests about it and stuff like that. So it's good that they're gonna come back. Hopefully with everything. I would hope that they just turned off the servers. They didn't just delete everything.
Oh no.
That would be kind of crazy if they had to start all over.
Oh man,
that's speculation, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I would, even if they come back, if I was a player and I lost all my shit and then they brought it back and I still had nothing, I wouldn't even bother. Why?
You're just looking at it what did I do? What was
right? But this is
You're just looking at them I swear to God.
But no, this is a good thing. And as far as the NetEase part, this could mean that potentially their games come. I know they make most mobile games and PC games.
Yeah, they make a lot of mobile games.
Yeah. But the main one, obviously, that just got recently announced was the Marvel. What was it called? Marvel.
It was the Overwatch 2 clone.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Rivals.
Rivals, yes.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals. It's that could potentially, because they said they were planning on coming to console, but then they rescinded that they're looking into other But I mean,
could you imagine Xbox exclusive?
I mean, hey, could happen.
Could happen.
I'll play
it. You'll play it then if it's on Xbox.
Calm down, all right?
You're the one who needs to calm down. But overall, this is a good thing, and hopefully, it it is more than what it seems to. For like it'll expand into more.
Yeah, definitely. We'll continue with Blizzard news because Blizzard just is doing fantastic. All right, they according to Holly Longdale, the executive producer and vice president of World of Warcraft, they discussed sort of like the life at Microsoft now that they've integrated, and she goes on to say that if anything, it's just been helpful, and they've got time to learn and to be with different groups like Mojang and stuff to sort of help with the integration because Mojang is obviously part of Microsoft as well, and they've been, according to Blizzard, nothing but helpful. Everything's been great. Right. They're sort of taking a step back as well. Microsoft is like, you're Blizzard. You do you. As long as you're producing the things you have produced over the years, let's just keep doing that. So they're out there doing their thing, making their games, and they have full support of Microsoft, which is absolutely great when you give these developers the time and the space and the resources that they need to make their games great. We just know we're going to see great things from them.
Yeah, and this is honestly the best approach. Like, you don't want to be too hands-on with these studios because then you risk basically like ruining what they're cooking up. And we've seen it in the past where it's actually from Microsoft, where I think there was a point in time where they had an edict where like every game had to have like a multiplayer component, and it turned off a lot of developers, and it made the games worse because of it, because you can't just shoehorn a mode like that. So it's good that they're taking a different approach and just being hands off. They've done it with Bethesda as well.
Yeah.
It can be a double-edged sword because we saw what happened with Redfall. They were hands off when they should have been, or where they shouldn't have been. They should have been more hands on with that, and basically like either delayed it indefinitely until they could fix it or cancel it outright. And that's, I mean, it's all about public perception. So like they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. But I'm glad that Blizzard actually came out and said like that this is working for us. Because I know a lot of people were negative about when the layoffs happened, and then when what was it, Project Odyssey, I think it was, open world game that Blizzard was making.
Oh yes, I don't know. I don't know if that's the actual code name. I don't remember code names that well, but
that got canceled, and people were in an uproar about it because it just like you're canceling a cool game that could have been like, but you don't know what happened behind the scenes. Maybe they wanted to be canceled because it was running into issues or whatever. But yeah, so also one quick side note, because I kind of want to keep it on topic with Blizzard, and it's kind of related. So the former president of Blizzard, Mike Ibarra, because I wanted to talk about this too. He posted on Twitter, and he brought up the idea, I don't know if you saw this, he brought up the idea of tipping at the end of a game. And I just wanted to get my two thoughts about that give my two thoughts about that. I don't like that idea. Because basically he was saying that at the end, you play the game, it's so great. Like, I wish I could just give the developer more money because of, like, I love the game and stuff like that. I feel that if a developer is being paid properly and properly compensated for their work by the publisher, there should be no need for tipping. Like that's just, you don't need to do it. Especially if they're with a publisher, if they're owned by a publisher. I can understand for like an indie game, if you want to tip, most indie games do. They'll have like a Patreon, or Kickstarter. A lot of those games start out like that. So if that's the case, if they have one, then yeah, okay, do that. But for a full-blown developer under a big publisher, it's unnecessary. And it comes across as a little tone deaf, because basically he's saying, because he worked with Blizzard, he's basically saying, oh, give us more money. Like, if you start the trend of tipping and it's a good sentiment on paper, but if you create that idea, like like if you feel the need to tip, because that's what happens like with restaurants, stuff like that, especially in America, there's like kind of like a known thing, like if you go out to eat, you're tipping. If you can't tip, don't go out to eat.
Who's tipping? Let me stop.
But that's
So
the
what?
culture. That's the culture that we've cultivated for like decades, and that's just now it's the norm where it's expected that. It shouldn't be, because these restaurants should be paying their waiters and waitresses like a decent wage, so that way we don't have to tip. That's why in other countries they, like for tourists especially, they have to tell you don't tip. Like I remember I saw this thing, I think it was in France, that they posted a picture. It literally on the sign it said, if you're a tourist, do not worry about tipping. We pay our workers above minimum wage. Or something like that.
A livable wage.
A livable wage, yeah. So
Please don't tip. They get paid. Don't.
I mean,
yeah,
it's basically like don't feel necessary.
Obligated.
Yeah, don't feel obligated to tip. And I feel like that's he wants it to be like a thing where you can tip. And granted, like tipping is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with tipping, but like I don't.
There's nothing wrong with it.
What do you?
I'm sorry.
Why you in that voice?
Because there's something wrong with tipping, whether it be in the video game industry or restaurant industry, any industry where it's tipping. All it is greedy corporations and greedy restaurants, greedy game companies not wanting to pay the developers, their waiters, the staffers, whoever it is, a livable wage. We gone full circle back to greedy corporations. Get the guillotines right now.
No,
Here we go again.
no, I agree. No, I'm agreeing.
I know
with
you do. I know you do.
I think, like I said,
know
I'm basically saying the idea of tipping. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just that these publishers will abuse that, and they will take advantage, and they'll put like at the end of a game they'll put like a QR code. It's like, oh, if you want to support your developer, donate if you want, or stuff like that. Basically guilt tripping people into the like it's so crazy that instead of thinking, oh, let me support this developer, I like the games that they make, instead of thinking that, you should be thinking, hey, why are they doing this in the first place? Why do I need to tip these developers? Shouldn't they be getting paid already? That's what they should be going through their heads. But knowing the freaking average American, that's not gonna go through the head, and that's why like I just wanted to bring it up because it got me a little bit frustrated. Like why would you even suggest such a thing?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I don't like the idea at all. I think it's absolutely retarded. It's just we can't be bringing tipping into games. Like, come on. No, I don't even like tipping at restaurants. I do, but I don't like the idea.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's customary. Like you feel like you have to at this point.
It's a very American thing.
But a lot of restaurants now are including the tip in the bill, so it's like you don't even got to think about it. It's basically
that's a whole other conversation.
It's another fight. It's basically another tax, essentially.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to gratuity. Some people don't pay attention though. I see.
No, they don't, and then they'll still tip on top of it. It's like you're just throwing away money. But anyway,
I want to fight them. Let me.
Sorry for the tangent. I just had to get that off my chest.
No, it's all good. Down, brother. And no, it's a good point because we gotta bring that up. It's it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I think the last thing we want to talk about would be let's just jump straight to it. How Microsoft's Xbox has taken over Sony's PlayStation Store, and essentially some of the games that are coming from Xbox on PlayStation, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, Grounded, even the Fallout games are all in the top charts on the PlayStation Store. It's like for the first time ever, you'll see all Xbox games or Microsoft games in the PlayStation Store doing better than PlayStation games, and it's absolutely insane to see. Because you open up the PlayStation Store, you'll see all the top games. Obviously, you'll have Fortnite and Call of Duty up there, but everything else is Sea of Thieves, Minecraft. They have all the Fallouts out there, including 76, especially with the show. You know, all the Fallouts are being, put up in the top charts on every system. PC, Microsoft, on Sony systems. It's been selling like crazy. And we're just getting all these reports of how these games are just doing massive sales on all these consoles. And it's sort of being used as a console war type thing, but it's actually amazing to see gamers just game. It doesn't matter where you game at. If you're on the PlayStation, fine. Is this your first time playing Sea of Thieves? Enjoy it. It's a good decent game, co-op game. It's good for gamers everywhere to experience games. It's like the same thing happens when the show comes to Xbox. It's in the top charts. People buying it. People are on Game Pass downloading and playing it. So it goes both ways. It really does.
Yeah.
But it's really like the first time that it's happened for Microsoft games on a PlayStation.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird thing. Especially like it seemingly happened just like so quickly. Because it literally, when this year started, we were talking about like the developer direct and all the games they announced there, and like then like literally like a couple weeks after, it was just like all doom and gloom because of the games that were coming on PlayStation. But honestly, like the people that were getting upset about it, like obviously they've quieted down, they've calmed down about it, and now they're starting to realize that this is honestly the way forward for all companies. Maybe not Nintendo. Nintendo, they're on their freaking island by themselves. They can get away with doing exclusives and stuff like that for now. Maybe in the future that might change. But yeah, the multi-platform release strategy is going to be what is going to succeed going forward. It sucks because people like that tribalism. They like the console wars. They want to have a reason to be like, oh, my plastic box is better than your plastic box. Like it. In the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, and it just goes to Xbox's strategy of basically opening up Xbox, because before they tried to copy Sony, and it didn't work out as well as they hoped. And honestly, even it didn't work out for Sony as much as they hoped, because we just talked about them expanding to PC. Like if the exclusive strategy was working, they wouldn't do that. So obviously, Microsoft is basically kind of leading the charge in terms of the multi-platform strategy, and in doing so, they're going to get a whole new revenue stream for these games that would honestly need it. I mean, Sea of Thieves, they just recently announced that they have 40 million players.
Yeah, I don't think they need it, but it's good to have an influx.
Obviously, yeah. So I mean, they're not gonna turn down money, essentially.
Yeah, of course.
And I think honestly, so I think this is a two-pronged strategy, basically to kind of coax Sony into basically copying them. So they want to show Sony like, hey, if you really want more revenue for these, especially the live service games, because I know they got them coming, especially like because you see how successful Helldivers is doing. They would make even more money if they release it on Xbox. So especially if it was on Game Pass. So it's like I said, I think they're trying to coax Sony into doing the same thing. It probably won't happen right away. They did it before with freaking, what was it, crossplay. That Sony was dragged kicking and screaming into doing that. Yeah. And I think this is going to be something similar.
We know Sony does what Xbox does just like 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5 or 6 years later. So it's going to come.
It's going to come.
We just got to wait.
Yeah, we just got to wait. And honestly, especially with the whole rumors about like the next Xbox being like open to Steam and Epic Game Store and other stores.
Yeah.
I think it's basically gonna be a proof of concept of if opening up the store to opening up the platform to more stores, if it brings in a shit ton of revenue, then obviously Sony's gonna want to copy it. Like, why wouldn't they? They've been complaining about sales for years already. Even Jim Ryan, before he left, he was saying like he was frustrated that they have like 50 million PS5s, but only 15 to 20 million, if that, on a good I want to say good day, but
On a
like
good
if
release.
on a good release they'll sell like maybe 15 million, and that's a fraction of how many available customers there are. But also, I think that Microsoft is doing this because one of the things that came out during the FTC trial was their the whole exclusive stuff. And they were saying, "Oh, we release games on other platforms, look at Minecraft, and look at what was it? I think there was another example. I can't think off the top of my head.
FTC trial seems so far away now. Wow.
I know it's gonna be almost a year at this point.
Jesus.
But yeah, so basically it came out, but the FTC tried to argue about that. Oh, they're gonna withhold games from or foreclose on PlayStation and other platforms and stuff like that. And I think this is in part a way to show any regulator that, hey, we are not gonna foreclose. We're gonna release games on other platforms on a, as he said in the beginning, Phil Spencer, case by case basis. Like, it's always been this. It's literally what he said from the beginning. It's a case by case basis. And I think they're going to continue that. Obviously, there's going to be like full blown exclusives. Like, I think Hellblade is not coming to another platform. I don't think Avowed's coming to another platform. Maybe Indiana Jones, that one is a little iffy because of it's a licensed game. But yeah, they're gonna have full-blown exclusives. It's just there's gonna be some games that aren't, and it's mostly probably gonna be the live service ones because those make more sense. So basically, it's gonna be a show of good faith that Xbox is not gonna foreclose on any platforms because we've heard from Phil Spencer, we heard from I think Matt Booty and Sarabon as well. They're not done acquiring publishers and studios. They're gonna keep buying stuff, and they want that process to be as smooth as possible. What better way to do it is just show them, hey, we're doing what you said that we, or we're not doing what we said or what you said. We're not doing what you said that we were going to do. So it's just basically like kind of like throwing it in their face and securing their future acquisitions to make sure that it's gonna be an easier ride than it was for ABK, and even Bethesda, because I know Bethesda went through its own thing, but it wasn't as bad.
No, Bethesda wasn't as bad because it wasn't as big. ABK was really big. I think if they don't have to go that big, it should be a little easier for now on. I mean, you make the biggest purchase in gaming history, $70 billion. Of course, it's going to come under scrutiny. So they can keep. I know Microsoft's got money, but they need to chill. They don't have to come out with a big wallet right away. Start out a little small. You don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, obviously that would be the best way. But like I said, they said they're not done. So
nope, we'll definitely see more from Microsoft buying stuff, and then also innovating because with the new Xbox that they're planning to come out, or that they have rumored to say that they're working on, and it's just going to get better for games and gamers. We're going to have more hardware. It's going to be open more so for PC stores to come. It's going to be, Xbox ain't going nowhere. It's going to stay. It's going to be here. They're going to make more games, release it to more people. Obviously their goal is to make more money, like most corporations. So they're going to position themselves to be in the best place possible to do that. And if releasing on PlayStation is what they got to do, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and literally anywhere else they can, they'll do it. Yeah. And I know the hardcore gamers out there are like pounding at their chest and they're like, no, don't do this. But it's like, they're not here to please you. They're here to please their investors,
The wallets.
their wallet. They want to make more money, so they're going to do what's best for the company. And I don't see this as a bad thing. If you're an Xbox gamer, as let's say you're exclusive Xbox gamer and you have Game Pass, you lose nothing. You get everything. You're gonna get all the games day and date. You're gonna get the best deal possible because you have Game Pass. There's nothing to lose. So just relax, play your games, and have some fun. That's it.
That's it.
I know. We'll wrap it up right there because that was all.
Man,
All
that's
right.
pretty much it.
That's it. So
Those tangents be powerful.
yeah.
We do go on those things.
I couldn't help myself.
Whose job?
It's been 2 weeks. All right, we had to take last week off.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening. If you like this video, like the video, obviously. Subscribe, rate us, comment. Follow us on our socials, as you can
Use
see
our
above.
codes.
Yes,
You know
use
you
our
want-
code for our
You know
sponsor.
you want that NordVPN. Don't lie to us.
I'm telling you, I said it before. NordVPN is the GOAT. They've helped me out in a pinch, especially because I mentioned before that they help me out. They help me play my games at work. I'm playing on my break. Don't worry.
He's
So,
lying.
I'm not. I can't. I literally cannot play unless I'm on break, or unless it's a slow day. But
The truth comes out.
Well,
but
told you.
NordVPN is great. Dubby, I actually got my was it? It's a tumbler, right?
It's a shaker.
A shaker. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet because I'm waiting to go to the gym with it. I want to try the flavors at the gym. So
They're really good. I
gotta-
don't
guys-
do energy drinks at all, but the Dubby flavors, although they sound very like exotic, some of the flavors are really crazy, but they actually taste really good.
yeah,
So-
I can't wait to try them when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We got it.
obviously, and then we got Starforge PCs. If you want to get a custom PC or not a custom, well, a pre-built PC.
Yeah, pre-built. They are custom. You can customize them to how
Oh
you
yeah, that's
like.
true. Okay.
Oh, they're
Sweet.
pre-built. You can customize them. They have some of the best gaming PCs out there for some of the lowest prices because PCs can get really expensive.
Facts.
So don't forget
Yeah.
to click those links so you get those discounts
I mean, I have to
and
look into that
support your
myself.
boys.
Then look at it myself. I do need a new laptop and a new computer for games.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
get a gaming PC.
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. And don't forget my live stream on Saturday. I'm most likely gonna do. Peace.
Laters.
Bye.